Let's finish up number 5. You can see that we have solved for y here in number 5. We identified the slope of this equation, which is negative 2 over 3. So to find the perpendicular slope, you need to flip it and switch it. Flip it upside down so it becomes 3/2, and switch the sign from negative to positive, which of course you don't need to put this plus here, but we have to flip it and switch it to get the perpendicular slope. Let's look at number 6. We still have to solve for y so we can identify the slope. So we've got to move this 5x away, so we add 5x to both sides. And we get y equals 5x plus 8. Once y is alone, we can identify the slope. The slope is 5. And the perpendicular slope might be a little easier to find if you go ahead and put this 5 over 1. So then when we take that slope and we flip it and switch it, we get 1/5 when we flip it, and we switch it and we make it negative 1/5. In the last section, it says, state whether the graphs of these pairs of equations are parallel, perpendicular, or neither. Now, whether they're parallel, perpendicular, or neither is all dependent on their slopes. So what you need to do is first figure out what the slopes of the two are, and then compare the two slopes. So we can go ahead and put this on our Cornell note sheet. We can fill in a couple of these other ones too. Slopes of parallel lines are exactly the same. So for example, 2 and 2 over 1. Slopes of perpendicular slopes are opposite reciprocals of each other. And I say flip it and switch it. Like 3/4 and negative 4/3. Flip it and switch it. So if you want to determine if two lines are parallel, perpendicular, or neither, the first thing you need to do is solve them for y. So make sure you solve both of the equations for y. Then number 2, you want to compare their slopes. If they're the same, exactly the same, then they're parallel. And we can go back up here actually. Slopes of parallel lines, the symbol for parallel is two miniature parallel lines. The slope or the symbol for perpendicular is perpendicular here. If they are negative reciprocals, then they're perpendicular. If it doesn't fall into either of these categories, then it would be neither. So those are the steps we want to follow to do these last 3 problems. I'll do one of them with you, and then you can try the last 2 on your own. So solve them both for y. This one's already solved for y, so we're all set there. Here we need to solve this for y. I'm going to write it over here. 3x plus 6y equals 8. So we need to move the 3x and the 6 away. Undo this first. So I'll move the 3x over. And we get 6y equals negative 3x plus 8. Still need to get y alone, so we divide each piece by 6, and we get y equals, now you want to simplify this slope, so divide the top and bottom by 3, and we get negative 1/2 x plus 4/3. So the slope of this line is negative 1/2. The slope of the second line is 2. So are they exactly the same? No. Are they negative reciprocals of each other? Yes, they are. So if they're negative reciprocals of each other, then you would say that they are perpendicular. Okay? I want you to finish up number 8 and number 9, and bring those to class with you tomorrow and we will check those together.